I need you to stay with me for the next 2 minutes before this video even really begins, because what I am about to tell you in the next 30 seconds is the reason I decided to make this video in the first place. Last year, I reviewed the health records of over 400 of my senior patients, patients between the ages of 60 and 85, and I looked at the ones who were thriving, the ones with strong joints, sharp memories, healthy hearts, and consistent energy levels. And then I looked at the ones who were struggling, the ones dealing with chronic fatigue, joint pain, brain fog, and cardiovascular issues. And when I compared the two groups, one of the clearest differences was not their medication, it was not their exercise routine, it was what they were eating every single day. 5 specific foods showed up consistently in the diets of my healthiest senior patients. 5 foods that most people over 60 are either not eating at all or not eating nearly enough of. My name is Dr. Michael Kent. I have spent over 20 years as a physician specializing in senior health, and today I am going to tell you exactly what those 5 foods are, why they work at a cellular level, and how to start adding them to your daily routine beginning tomorrow morning. And I want to warn you right now, number 3 on this list is the one that surprises almost everyone. It is something most people have in their kitchen but almost never eat enough of. Stay with me until we get there. I also want to say something important before we begin. I know there are a lot of videos out there making dramatic promises about food. Eat this one thing and reverse your diabetes. Drink this every morning and your joints will feel 20 years younger. I am not that kind of doctor and this is not that kind of video. What I am going to share with you today is grounded in clinical research and 20 years of real patient outcomes. No miracle claims, just science and truth. Let us start with food number 1. And this one might genuinely surprise you because it is not a trendy superfood. It is not something you need to order online or find at a specialty store. It is something your grandmother probably had in her kitchen every single week. Food number 1 is sardines. I know exactly what you are thinking. Dr. Kent, sardines, really? Stay with me. Sardines are, without question, one of the most nutrient-dense foods available on the planet for people over 60. And the reason I recommend them above almost anything else comes down to 3 things that seniors need more of as they age: omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamin D, all in one small, inexpensive, incredibly convenient food. Let me explain why each of these matters so much after 60. Your body's ability to manage inflammation increases dramatically after 60. Chronic low-grade inflammation is the root cause of joint pain, cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline, and even fatigue. Omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which sardines contain in very high concentrations, are one of the most well-researched natural anti-inflammatory compounds in existence. Multiple large-scale studies have shown that regular omega-3 consumption significantly reduces markers of systemic inflammation in adults over 60. But here is what makes sardines uniquely powerful compared to other omega-3 sources. Sardines are one of the very few foods that naturally contain both calcium and vitamin D together in meaningful amounts. And after 60, your body's ability to absorb calcium from food decreases significantly. Vitamin D is the key that unlocks calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D, the calcium you eat simply does not get absorbed properly, and your bones begin to lose density at an accelerating rate. One small can of sardines, which costs almost nothing, gives you a significant dose of omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D in a form your body can immediately use. I recommend 2 to 3 servings per week at minimum. You can eat them on whole grain crackers, mix them into a salad, or serve them with sliced tomatoes and a little olive oil. Once you get used to the flavor, most of my patients genuinely look forward to them. Now let us talk about food number 2, and this one is something I believe every senior should be eating every single day without exception. Food number 2 is blueberries. Now before you think this is just generic advice, let me tell you exactly what blueberries are doing inside your brain because the research here is genuinely remarkable. Blueberries contain a class of compounds called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give blueberries their deep blue and purple color. And anthocyanins do something very specific in the brain. They cross the blood-brain barrier, which very few dietary compounds can do, and they directly reduce oxidative stress in brain tissue. After 60, oxidative stress in the brain is one of the primary drivers of cognitive decline. It damages neurons, disrupts communication between brain cells, and over time contributes to memory loss and slower processing speed. Studies published in the Annals of Neurology and the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry have found that regular blueberry consumption is associated with delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. 2.5 years of preserved cognitive function. from a food you can buy at any grocery store for a few dollars, but the benefits do not stop at brain health. Blueberries are also exceptional for cardiovascular health. The same anthocyanins that protect brain tissue also improve the flexibility and function of your blood vessel walls, reduce blood pressure, and lower LDL cholesterol oxidation, which is one of the key steps in the development of arterial plaque. I recommend half a cup of blueberries every single day. Fresh or frozen, it does not matter. Frozen blueberries are picked at peak ripeness and frozen immediately, which actually preserves the anthocyanin content better than blueberries that have been sitting on a store shelf for several days. Add them to your morning yogurt, blend them into a smoothie, or simply eat them on their own as a snack. Half a cup every day, non-negotiable after 60. Food number 3, and this is the one I told you about at the beginning, the one that surprises almost everyone. Food number 3 is lentils. I have been a physician for over 20 years, and I cannot tell you how many of my senior patients have never cooked a lentil in their lives. And yet lentils may be one of the single most beneficial foods for people over 60 on the entire planet. Here is why. After 60, your body faces 3 nutritional challenges that most people are not adequately addressing. The first is maintaining stable blood sugar, because insulin sensitivity decreases with age and blood sugar dysregulation becomes increasingly common. The second is getting enough protein, because muscle mass naturally declines with age in a process called sarcopenia, and most seniors are simply not eating enough protein to slow this process. The third is supporting gut health, because the diversity and health of your gut microbiome declines significantly with age, and a compromised gut microbiome is linked to inflammation, immune dysfunction, and even mood disorders. Lentils address all 3 of these challenges simultaneously. They have an extraordinarily low glycemic index, meaning they cause almost no blood sugar spike despite being a carbohydrate-containing food. They are an excellent source of plant-based protein. 1 cup of cooked lentils contains 18 grams of protein, and they are one of the richest sources of prebiotic fiber in the entire food supply, which directly feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut and supports a healthy, diverse microbiome. Lentils are also rich in folate, iron, magnesium, and potassium, all nutrients that become increasingly important for cardiovascular and cognitive health after 60. They are inexpensive, incredibly versatile, and take less than 20 minutes to cook. Add them to soups, stews, salads, or eat them simply seasoned with olive oil and lemon. I recommend at least 3 servings per week, and ideally more. If there is one food on this list that I wish I could convince every senior to start eating immediately, it is lentils. The evidence supporting their benefits for healthy aging is overwhelming, and the practical barrier to eating them is almost zero. Food number 4 is one that many of you are probably already eating, but most people are not eating nearly enough of it, and very few people understand what it is actually doing inside the body. Food number 4 is spinach, specifically dark leafy greens in general. But spinach is my top recommendation because of its unique combination of nutrients and its versatility in cooking. Here is what spinach is doing for your body after 60 that most people have no idea about. Spinach is one of the richest dietary sources of nitrates, not the synthetic nitrates added to processed meats, but natural plant nitrates. When you eat spinach, your body converts these natural nitrates into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is one of the most important compounds your cardiovascular system produces. It relaxes and widens your blood vessels, improves blood flow, reduces blood pressure, and makes it easier for your heart to pump blood throughout your body. After 60, nitric oxide production declines significantly. This is one of the reasons blood pressure tends to rise and circulation tends to worsen with age. Eating spinach and other dark leafy greens is one of the most direct dietary ways to support nitric oxide production and counteract this age-related decline. But spinach also contains high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that concentrate specifically in the macula of your eye and protect against age-related macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. It is also rich in vitamin K, which plays a critical role in bone health and blood clotting. And it contains a compound called alpha-lipoic acid, which has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce nerve damage associated with diabetic neuropathy. 2 large handfuls of spinach every day. You can eat it raw in a salad, sauté it in olive oil with garlic, blend it into a smoothie. You will not taste it at all. Or add it to soups, eggs, and pasta dishes. 2 handfuls every day. Your heart, your eyes, your bones, and your blood pressure will all benefit. And now, food number 5. I saved this one for last because it is the one that ties everything else together. It supports almost every other system in your body, and yet it is profoundly underappreciated in senior nutrition. Food number 5 is Greek yogurt, not regular yogurt. Greek yogurt specifically. Full fat or low fat, but not fat-free and with no added sugar. Here is why Greek yogurt is so important after 60. I already mentioned that sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, is one of the most significant health challenges facing seniors. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at using dietary protein to build and maintain muscle. This means you need more protein than you did when you were younger, and you need to distribute it throughout the day rather than consuming most of it in one meal. Greek yogurt contains approximately 15 to 20 grams of high-quality, complete protein per serving. And unlike most other protein sources, Greek yogurt protein is particularly rich in leucine, the amino acid that most directly stimulates muscle protein synthesis. Studies have consistently shown that leucine is the critical trigger for muscle building and maintenance in older adults, and that getting adequate leucine at each meal is essential for slowing sarcopenia. But the benefits go well beyond muscle health. Greek yogurt is a rich source of live probiotic bacteria, specifically lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains, that directly seed and support your gut microbiome. A healthy gut microbiome after 60 is associated with reduced inflammation, stronger immune function, better mood, and even reduced risk of cognitive decline. Research published in the journal Gut has found that seniors with more diverse gut microbiomes have significantly better health outcomes across virtually every measure studied. Greek yogurt is also an excellent source of calcium and vitamin B12, two nutrients that become critically important after 60 and that many seniors are chronically deficient in. Vitamin B12 deficiency in particular is extraordinarily common after 60 because stomach acid production declines with age, and stomach acid is required to release B12 from food. The B12 in Greek yogurt is highly bioavailable and does not require the same level of stomach acid to absorb. 1 cup of Greek yogurt every day. Add your blueberries to it. Add a small handful of walnuts. You have just covered food number 2 and created one of the most nutritionally powerful breakfasts you can possibly eat after 60. Let me bring everything together now. Food number 1, sardines, 2 to 3 times per week for omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D, anti-inflammatory, bone protective, heart supporting. Food number 2, blueberries, half a cup every single day, brain protection, cardiovascular health, blood pressure support. Food number 3, lentils, at least 3 times per week, blood sugar stability, protein, gut health, heart health. Food number 4, spinach, 2 large handfuls every day, nitric oxide production, eye health, bone health, blood pressure. Food number 5, Greek yogurt, 1 cup every day, muscle preservation, gut microbiome, calcium, vitamin B12. None of these foods are expensive, none of them require special preparation skills, and none of them are things you need to force yourself to eat. They are all genuinely delicious when prepared simply and well. The difference between the seniors in my practice who feel and function like they are 50 and the ones who feel like they are 90 is not luck. It is not genetics alone. It is the daily choices they make about what they put into their bodies consistently over months and years. You cannot control everything about how you age, but you can absolutely control what you eat. And what you eat sends a signal to every cell in your body every single day about whether it should thrive or decline. Start with one of these 5 foods tomorrow. Just one, add it to what you are already eating. Build from there, and pay attention to how your body responds over the next 2 to 4 weeks, because it will respond. Your body at 60, 70, 80 years old is still capable of remarkable adaptation and improvement when you give it what it needs. I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 foods are you most surprised by? And which one are you going to add to your diet first? Leave it in the comments below. I personally read every single comment on this channel, and I will reply to as many of you as I can. If this video helped you, or if you know someone over 60 who deserves to feel their best, please share it with them. It takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely could make a difference in their health. And if you want to keep receiving honest, evidence-based health information specifically designed for people over 60, without the hype, without the miracle claims, just real science in plain language, then subscribe to this channel and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. Next week, I am going to walk you through the exact morning routine that my healthiest senior patients follow every day to wake up with energy, clear thinking, and a body that feels 10 years younger than it is. You do not want to miss it. I am Dr. Michael Kent. Thank you so much for watching today. Take care of yourself, because at every age, your health is worth fighting for. I will see you in the next one.